Listen up. I don't care if you're the top dog in the industry or if you're someone out there grinding in the shadows, just trying to make your first sale. I've been there. I'm here to tell you that fear, it's the most relentless, cunning enemy you'll ever face. But here's the truth. Fear isn't what holds most people back. It's the surrender to the fear that chains them down, that keeps them locked in mediocrity, and that stops them in their tracks and stops their momentum today. Fear is a thief. It's a silent thief that feeds the hesitation and the doubt inside of you. It's what appears in your ear telling you to play it safe, to play it comfortable, but comfort, it's the biggest lie of them all. It keeps you small, quiet, forgettable. I'm not here to be forgotten, and neither should you. When I became the #1 Nissan salesperson in the entire world, it wasn't because I had some magical formula or some easy freaking road. It was because every single day I made the choice to face fear head on. I remember the feeling of seeing new faces walking into the dealership, families, couples, individuals, all with their guard up. Their freaking guard up, man. I had to break through that. Break right through it every single time. The fear of approaching strangers, showing my personality, and bringing my A game on every handshake and every greeting. It was there. It was there in the back of my head every time, but I started to lean into it. Every interaction was a chance to let fear win or to show up with the confidence that only comes from relentless practice and failing forward. I trained myself not to just shake hands, but to command the attention of everybody in the room, to make each person feel seen and heard. That's where I mastered the art of not letting fear control the room, to not control me. I started to control that room. I started to control that weakness, and that's a skill that made me the best and made me who I am today. Not just the best in my city or state, but the best in the entire world at what I do. Let me go deeper into something that I've learned along this journey. Real faith is what propels you forward when logic, comfort, and certainty hold you back. My pastor Travis said something that just hit me like a ton of bricks today in church. He said, after you dream, the next step is to dare. You have to dare to believe in those big, audacious dreams, the kind that scare you, the kind that require you to step out in the faith, to take risks that don't make sense to the people around you. Andy always reminds me that every different freaking level, there's different devils. Every different level, you're gonna have to double down your extreme. God-sized dreams, God-sized faith is what you have to have. And when you share these dreams with small-minded people, people may look at you like you're out of your freaking mind. Good. But remember this, we don't need to see the full path if God has already spoken it into existence. God has already spoken it into existence. As Corinthians 5:7 tells us, for we walk by faith, not by sight. So many of us say to God, God, part the sea and I'll go. God, please just part the sea and I'll go. But God is saying, go and then I'll part the sea. Faith isn't waiting for everything to be lined up perfectly. It's stepping out even when the path is hidden, even when the waters haven't parted yet. Our pastor today reminded us of a quote that he had in his office. It was from Martin Luther King. And Martin Luther King worded this thing, man, just right. He said, faith is taking the step even when you don't see the whole staircase. And our Pastor Travis told us today, he said, I'm gonna take this even a step further. Faith is stepping out even when you don't see the first step or the staircase. Man, if that's not the most truest statement that I've ever heard from both of them, it's the belief that God will provide each step as you move forward. As one of my favorite proverbs reminds us, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him and He will make your path straight. Powerful. When I transitioned from being one of the best car salesmen in the country to helping build the ELLIOTT Group, one of the top coaching companies in the world, the stakes got higher. The devils got higher. The demons got higher. And so were the fears. Public speaking wasn't just a challenge. It was something that felt insurmountable. It's something that felt like it was crushing me. It was something at first that the voices in my head said, you can't do this. Who do you think you are? Some of my family members were saying that. Some of my friends were saying that. But then I remembered, faith and fear, they can't share the same space. They can't share the same space. Faith requires action. Faith requires action. Listen to that. So I stepped onto the stage with shaking, trembling hands, pounding heart, and I spoke. And you know what? I just kept speaking, and I just kept speaking, and I just kept speaking. And with each word, fear shrank. It shrank, guys, and faith took its rightful place. Dream, dare, do. Dream it, dare it, and then do the work. Back it up with massive action. It's not enough to just dream. It's not enough to just dare. The final step is to do. Some of you are stuck in a boat of brokenness, of doubt, or fear, holding on to what's familiar because it feels safe. I've been there. But God is calling you to step out, to step up, to leave behind the small-mindedness, the complacency, the fear. He's asking you to trust in Him, to move forward, even when the first step isn't visible. Faith is knowing that He will provide the ground beneath your feet as you take each step. I found that I had to find the 3 P's to help me conquer my fear. So I'm gonna share these with you today. Here's what carried me through the moments of despair, of fear, of all of the low-limiting beliefs, the caps that I placed on myself. Patience, persistence, and positivity. Those are the 3 P's you're gonna have to lean on. Patience. Trust that the steps that you're taking now are laying the foundation even when the results aren't immediate. Patience is what keeps you steady when fear tries to rush you into doubt. Fear hopes you'll quit when things get hard, but persistence is what says, I'll keep moving. Even when I'm crawling, I'm still gonna keep moving because I'm persistent. I know these little battles are gonna come up, but I'm not gonna stop. It's what turns fear into fuel and pushes you through those toughest battles. Positivity. This is more than just a mindset. It's the assurance that whatever comes your way, you'll handle it. You're gonna handle it. You're gonna be okay. Positivity is what keeps your vision clear when fear tries and tries and tries to cloud it. So here's my challenge for you. Are you going to let fear dictate your life and keep you playing small and watching from the sidelines even though you know in your heart that you're a star player? Or are you going to stand up, to step out into faith and say, I control my own future, not fear? The life that you're meant for is waiting for you, but you won't get there by playing it safe. It's on the other side of a faith-driven action. A faith-driven action. Stay fearless. Stay relentless. And remember, fear is nothing but a shadow cast by your doubts. Step into the light. Step into faith. Step into the path that you were meant for and watch fear disappear. Go out today, tomorrow, the next day, and kick fear in its fucking face.